The government went to Fair Work seeking an order to stop what it considered to be unprotected industrial action. So to take us back a few days, the government's obviously been in a long-running dispute with the rail, tram and bus union over pay and conditions. And the union enacted what's been called a go slow. So essentially some train drivers would drive the trains slower on certain sections of track. The government told workers that if they do that, they won't be paid for any of their shift. So they can show up, but if they drive slow, they're not getting paid for the day. So after that warning came on Friday, Sydney Trains saw a really big jump in the number of people calling in sick. According to the government, it was up to 40% higher than normal. And there were quite a lot of people calling in sick yesterday as well, although that number is now trending down. The government's been accusing the union of coordinating this, so essentially, covertly planning for people to chuck a sickie, essentially. So in the end, though, the Commission's found that there really hasn't been any compelling evidence to suggest that this is a covert strategy from the union. And that really now means that the government is largely at the mercy of staff, and they'll have to see how many people show up tomorrow before they know how bad the potential delays could be. We've got a little of Josh Murray, who's the Transport Secretary in New South Wales.
And across transport, we'll be doing everything possible to make services as smooth as we can. But the reality is there is no guarantees tomorrow morning. And as we look towards the next Fair Work Commission hearing on Wednesday, we wanted to have these matters heard faster, but that's not possible under the scenario. We will be going before a full bench of the Commission on Wednesday, but we are asking commuters, listen to the news, check your apps, plan ahead. Make sure that you are factoring in that there could be these disruptions during this week.
And Nick, the union is claiming this as a win, aren't they?
Yeah, look, they're very happy with this result. No orders have been made against them and no findings made against them. But the union has been alleging today that even some of its members who turned up to work and didn't participate in the strike action, they're saying at least some of them did have their pay docked. Now, the Commission did find that was a possibility, that some staff feared that even if they showed up, they might be getting penalised, and so they decided to stay at home. The union says that really this proves their point. From the government's perspective, it's saying it's not penalising any union member who's not taking part in the industrial action. So it may ultimately be, the government having to look at the speeds of certain trains and trying to pinpoint who is actually taking part in it. A pretty difficult thing to do, potentially. But the RTBU says really the easiest thing the government could do to try to reduce congestion and pain for commuters tomorrow is to withdraw that threat not to pay its members who are taking part in the action. We heard a little from Toby Warnes, the RTBU Secretary.
If the government lifts its lockout notices, I can guarantee the trains will run pretty much as normal tomorrow. So really this is in the government's court to really give that certainty to commuters.
So what happens next, and how long could these delays continue?
Well, I think that's the frustrating thing. No one really knows how bad the delays will be tomorrow because no one knows how many people are going to call in sick, and no one knows exactly how long it could go on for. The government certainly is putting a lot of its faith in a full bench hearing of the Fair Work Commission. That's happening on Wednesday, and they're hoping that with that full bench, the Fair Work Commission might be able to take charge and stop this rail dispute that's been plaguing Sydney-siders for months now.